Imagine going broke or digging yourself in a hole trying to prove something to somebody other than yourself. What's good, YouTube? I go by the name of Q. If you're unfamiliar, if you are familiar, shout out to you. Welcome back to the channel. Two things I see that are holding people back financially, and it's really sad to see. They're kind of one and the same, and those two things are keeping up with the Joneses and caring what other people think about you. Like I said, they're kind of one and the same, but they're holding people back, and it's sad to see. I don't like seeing it, but unfortunately it's gonna be this way for a long time because that's the majority of people. That's the majority of people, but that's the whole point of this video. Doing what you see other people doing, it may be your peers, it may be your neighbors, it may be somebody that you don't even know that's doing things that you may deem to be at a higher stature than what you're doing. You're trying to keep up with them. You're trying to keep up with them. You're trying to do what they do in order to uphold some type of appearance or some type of status, right? You may think you're not doing it like that, but I know a lot of people who do that, and sometimes they do it subconsciously. And they told me this, like, I don't know why I did that, or I don't know why I was doing those things. I used to do those things. But that's a thing of the past now. One thing about the Joneses, you don't know their life other than what they show you. That's always going to be that. That's always going to be that. You don't know their life other than what they show you if they're not a peer. And even if they are peers, still you might not know what they got going on behind the scenes. But when you look at them, they got the 3,500 to 5,000 square foot house, right? They got the latest model vehicle. They got all the newest and nicest electronics and clothes and shoes and everything. You like, man, they are doing it. I wish I could do it like that, or I want to do it like that. And then you start emulating that, not knowing how they're paying for those things. And that's the kicker right there. That's what kicks a lot of people down, because when they try to do it themselves, they realize on my salary, on what I have coming in every month, I may not be able to do that without going into extreme debt for it. And when they start doing that and realizing it's not worth it, then they start scaling back. But once they start scaling back, that's when the idea of, well, what are they going to think about me? Or what are these people going to think about me? And I've dealt with that as well. And it's something that you all can conquer. Anybody can conquer it. Like I always say on this channel, if Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. I used to try to do things based on what I saw other people doing until I realized, yeah, this lifestyle isn't for me. What they're doing isn't for me right now. Could it be for me? Yes, but right now, I'm not gonna dig myself in a hole trying to do that. Imagine going broke or digging yourself in a hole trying to prove something to somebody other than yourself. That's crazy. And here's where having the right mindset comes into play, because there will be seasons of progression, right? You might hit a stride one season, then it may plateau, you go sideways down the road. You hit another stride, plateau, sideways down the road. But it'll never just go straight up all the time. It'll never just go straight up all the time. And there will also be seasons of regression where you have to downgrade, where you have to downsize your lifestyle. And that shouldn't be looked at as a negative thing, but the key to that is decreasing your standard of living on your terms. Not being forced to do so based on the poor choices that you made in the past, because those poor choices, believe me, they will definitely come back and bite you. Ask me how I know. I've got to a place in my life where I literally don't care what other people think about me. And it's a good place to be. It's a really good place to be. And what I mean when I say that is, by living on less and by intentionally decreasing your standard of living, that's gonna draw some negative people towards you, right? I still get teased to this day. I get called a bum. I get called cheap. People definitely crack on me for driving a 2000 Buick LeSabre, right? They say, why are you driving that old car? Look at your car. That car is 21 years old. That car is older than my son. I get it. But here's the funny part. It doesn't bother me, right? Like I said, I don't care what they think about me, but I actually find it comical, and I use that criticism as ammo in order to teach other people. Like I do all my research based off what I see around me, most of it. Yes, I Google things, and yes, I read a lot, but a lot of information, it'll come from the outside world. So the average car note is $400 a month, right? And that's just being modest. Some are higher, some are lower. I get it. But on average, most people are spending $400 a month on their car. I've had my Buick for 5 years now without a car payment. If I had a car payment for 5 years, that's 400 times 60 months. 5 years is 60 months. That's going to come out to $24,000, and that's without interest. With interest, that might come out to $30,000. So the fact that I don't have a car note, I haven't had a car note in 5 years, I've been able to save $30,000 that I would have put towards a car note and use that towards investments and other things. Don't forget about the full coverage insurance you have to have on those finance vehicles too. But I don't have to prove that to nobody. I can bring it here on YouTube, break it down, and let people know what the opportunity cost may be. And you know what? It is what it is. Same goes with where I live though. If you've been following me for some time, then y'all know I live with my in-laws. We're living in the house hack. We're living in the basement. In-laws living upstairs. And the rent I pay is only $500 a month. But the thing about decreasing your lifestyle, like I said, make sure you do it intentionally. And it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. That's the thing. I know for a fact what I'm doing right now is temporary, and that's the beautiful thing. This is not a definite thing. Same goes with my cell phone that I'm recording on right now. Actually, I record all my videos on a cell phone currently, and that phone is a Galaxy S7 Edge that came out in 2016. I get cracked on about my phone. Like it's ridiculous. Like some people care too much either about what other people think about them, and sometimes people care too much about others instead of focusing on their own thing. So I paid $700 cash for my phone when it came out in 2016. I didn't lease it. I didn't do the monthly payment plan. I paid cash for it, and I've had it for 5 years. Whenever I deem necessary to upgrade, then I'll do that, but I have no use to upgrade right now. My phone works perfectly fine. I keep it in the case. It's nice and protected. I have insurance, all of that stuff. And the only reason I may upgrade, I'll show y'all here. I actually bought a camera that I'm gonna be shooting my videos on in the future. Got a mic, and now I'm just waiting on my MacBook actually, and I have my viewers to thank for that. So all of y'all who donate, all of y'all who watch my videos, y'all contribute to the income that I get, and everything that I get from my channel, I'm gonna pour back into the channel so that one day I won't have to record my videos on my phone. But at the end of the day, I think they come out pretty good. I know a lot of stuff y'all may know already, but what I really want you to take away from this is it doesn't have to be a negative thing to decrease your standard of living, and caring what people think about you can be truly, like, really detrimental to your overall financial thing, because at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you, and only you know what your financial goals are. People may want to deter you from that, but you can't let that, you can't let that consume you. You cannot let that consume you. That pressure is real, don't get me wrong. I'm pushing things off a lot. I still get a lot of invites to places. I still get invited to trips here and there, and though they sound like a lot of fun, you have to stay on your path, stay on your journey. Some things may take longer. Delayed gratification is what I preach all the time, but as long as you're working towards things, by postponing some fun, you'll be able to have as much fun as you want, as soon as you want, as long as you focus on your goal and hit it hard. Like y'all see, I everything that I'm telling y'all to do is things that I practice, so I'm not preaching anything that I don't. I'm getting a bit rambly, so like this video if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, turn that notification bell on so that you don't miss an upload. I know YouTube be acting funny, sometimes my video doesn't get shout out to a lot of people. I've got that feedback before, so hit that notification bell. Lastly, follow me on IG, Q Makes It Happen, on Instagram. Go show your boy some love. I go by the name of Q, and like I always say, if Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. I'll holler at y'all next video. Peace.